I don't know if I said this after Saturday's match where DC United played against Inter Miami, and unfortunately we lost 2-1. I'm definitely bugged out about the result, but if I'm being honest, I am not disappointed in how they fought. The team did better than I thought they would against a juggernaut like Inter Miami. I mean, there are a few teams that are going to beat Inter Miami, especially after that first half. Okay, like the team did not. I mean, like I said it before the game. Don't let the moment get too bright, right? And in a lot of times, thinking back, I definitely saw that the group got into their heads a bit. I mean, certain ones. Jackson Hopkins didn't. Ty Baribo didn't. Like you saw the ones who, they took a couple, fists in the mouth, and then they got back up and kept fighting, all 90 minutes. Not mad at them at all. Very grateful to the boys for the effort. And I hope they had a great day of training today, and I hope they have a great day of training. Hope they have a great day of training tomorrow. But I don't But I want to address something that I've been seeing a lot of, and my camera's acting stupid. You have a lot of people, a lot of detractors who are pretty negative about DC's decision to move the game, to actually have the game in Baltimore rather than at Audi Field. And you had a lot of people who are like, it's such a drag that they moved the game. It's such a money grab. Like, it's just like all they care about is money. Okay. How the fuck is this team supposed to get, first off, how the fuck is this team supposed to get any better without money? I really want to know that. Like, how are this club supposed to get any better without money? And like that's first and foremost. Like a lot of the people who follow MLS, and there are people who get a little too emotionally involved, or they're just like leftist losers that don't understand the way things work. You cannot build a solid competitive club without paying some fucking money. And how are you going to get money? Oh, I don't know. Maybe selling out a 72,000 seat, selling out a game against Inter Miami with one of the greatest players of all time, Lionel Messi. I'm sorry. Messi ain't gonna be around forever, and I made that point. Earlier this week on X. Messi ain't gonna be around forever. He's approaching 40 years old. You're only gonna have him on the pitch maybe another year or two, and then he's going to go into the ownership realm. You make as much money off the motherfucker as you can, and because here's the thing, in a 34 match season, well, in the 17 matches that Inter Miami play away, you best believe that every club is going to try to cash in. It's called business, and it's fine. It's okay to do things, but that's first and foremost. The second thing is, where else were DC United supposed to play? Where else was Jason Levian supposed to Like where were they supposed? Where else were they supposed to go? Audi Field can only hold 20,000 seats. That's not nearly enough for a game of that kind of magnitude. It's just not. 20,000 to stay in a 20,000 seat stadium when you've got the best player in the world coming is, frankly, it's irresponsible. Okay, and also the tickets would have been higher. The tickets would have been even higher. It would have been even more prohibitive for people to go. And then you look at it this way. 20,000 seat stadium. You had 52,000 more people that came to that match. Right? Where the fuck else were they going to watch Messi? Were you going to set up, was the team supposed to set up signs in the fucking parking lot? Where all the players play? Where all the players park? Were they supposed to, no, I don't know, set up screens along the Frederick Douglass Bridge, or right there at the traffic circle? Like what were they supposed to do? Like staying at Audi Field was not even remotely it wasn't even remotely in the question, right? So then you look at Northwest Stadium. Northwest is apparently what FedEx Field became. Since I guess FedEx was like, fuck this shit, and we don't want to put our names on this rat nest anymore. People objectively hate FedEx Field. They hate it. It's a shithole. Literally. Remember when that pipe bust during the Commanders game a year or two back? Remember that? You tell me, tell me if you think it's good business for a team to knowingly have a match at a place where you might get some shit water in your beer, right? I don't think that would have been great for business, y'all. I just don't. But what do I know? Apparently I'm an outcast in certain circles. Imagine that. Some of these fucking dweebs out here are like, oh, he's a loser. I don't know what's wrong with him. Again, if only they knew. If only they knew. But the other part to that is, FedEx Field is garbage. Nobody's going to play there. Nobody wants to play. I mean, the Commanders aren't even going to be playing there for much longer. And that's the other part. That's the other part to this. They're not going to be the new FedEx, the new RFK is going to be built. We're still about maybe 3 to 4 years away from the new RFK stadium, right? I've seen the renderings. It's going to be beautiful. The old RFK stadium, the house that DC United built towards the end of its life, during our heyday when we won all 4 of these stars, right? That it's gone, completely gone. The campus is empty, right? And like I said, we probably won't see that place until 2030. What is it, 2026? We probably won't see that place till 2030, 2031 at most. Where else were they supposed to go? If Northwest Stadium is garbage and nobody can get to it, Baltimore's right up the street. M&T Bank Stadium is like a lot of people. I don't think people understand just how close Baltimore and DC are. I've made the trip so many times in my life. It is roughly from Audi Field to M&T Bank is roughly an hour with a little bit of traffic. Realistically, it's about an hour. Okay. 40, you could realistically hit DC city limits from Baltimore City in about 45 minutes. You could. I've done it. And just like Landon Donovan said in Unfiltered Soccer earlier today, by the way, Landon, I love you, bro, but the fucking rug you got on your head, let it the fuck go. You should have just shaved your head, right? You look ridiculous with that shag carpet on your head. Get rid of it. Like you drew a line, or maybe it was Tim Howard, I don't know. But the guys on Unfiltered Soccer said, you draw a line, a straight line to the closest 70,000 seat stadium, and you fucking fill it, and you fill it. And that's what they did. That's what DC United did. That's objectively, that's what they did. So I'm not going to be upset. And honestly, it's maddening to listen to these people who don't know business. They don't really go to games. They just whine about it on Reddit. They whine about it in their little, in their little Discord servers and all of that. And it's like, guys, and here's the final part to it. You are not going to grow the game of the game of soccer in the United States unless you are willing to do things differently. Unless you are willing to reach more fans, cut out the political bullshit, and focus on getting a good roster together and winning some fucking games, then you're just going to continue to lose. And DC can't keep the lights on. They can't keep the lights on in the building with you assholes. Like, really? There's maybe 1,000 of you. The loudest voices talking the most shit about the club, there's maybe 1,000 of you, maybe. Matter of fact, I'm being generous. I'm thinking of being over generous. There might be 100 of you at most. And if I know if I know Jason Levian and Stephen Kaplan and the rest of the people in the ownership group, if I know Danita Johnson and all these other ones, they can't keep catering to this modern audience that is only 0.1% of the total potential fan base. Those days are over, okay? They're over. Like pandering to the lowest common denominator and then expecting everyone else to fall right in line, that is a recipe for disaster. And honestly, I think it's going to take a couple of matches. But I think this club, the front office finally has they have a formula together. And, all credit to Erkut Sogut, to Jason Levian, and also and of course to Renee Weiler and Cody Mizell, our goalkeeper coach, all like the whole club. I love these guys. I love them. And I think we can do some damage. If not this year, then most certainly next. And thanks for listening. And one last thing. Louis Montano. Louis, get fucking fit. Get fit. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of, and maybe I don't know what's going on, but I don't know why you get brought in. I do not know why this DP and this difference maker, I don't know why you're getting subbed in at 60 minutes, especially when you're making this much of an impact already. Get fit. If you ain't 90 minutes fit, get fit. Because the attack is supposed to be Ty Baribo and you. Get fit. And also, Pirani needs to put some meat on his bones. Anyways, peace.